Welcome,
Monday,
Dr.
when
Ostacher.
all of a sudden in the morning it just started snowing, and we had to they canceled the trip. So
Do they take that sled out?
they don't. No, they don't
It's
take the
just
sled. But we had a fabulous time
museum.
there. Boys, get one more comment, and then we'll come back to such a
We made bracelets.
Let me see everybody's bracelet. Who wore the bracelet today? Very nice. Ooh, most of you have the same colors,
I left
too.
it home.
We had a great time yesterday. Actually, Farmer Carol is coming later on this morning to talk to us about our last trip on the farm, which will be in May. So we
Well,
have a
you
busy
have exciting
morning.
stuff going on in this class.
One of the things that we want to give to you, and we just want to tell you about, is we not only did we have an opportunity to Skype with yourself, but we Skyped with a lot of people from the district office.
So I understand.
People all over, not only our country, but we even Skyped with another country.
Wow.
So maybe we can tell Dr. Osacher when we're finished presenting this book to him, other people we Skyped with. So let's put our hands down, let's save our questions for the end or our comments. So this is a book that we made for you, for the district office. Let's read the title of it, boys and girls.
Getting to know East
And
Ramapo.
who are the authors and the illustrators of this class?
Written by and illustrated by Class 1 CS.
So, just like you showed us the book from your other school that they made for you, this is a book for you and the district office. So, in the beginning, we have a dedication page. And we have, this book is dedicated to Mrs. Erin Higgins, who without her help, we wouldn't have learned how to Skype. And one of the things that Erin Higgins always tells the boys and girls is that we're lifelong learners. And just this year, I learned how to Skype, and most of the boys and girls learned how to Skype. So we have our dedication to Mrs. Higgins, and we also dedicate it to Mrs. Ewell and Mrs. Panzita. And the publisher, the person who put everything together, is myself. So we know all books have a table of contents. If you notice, you're on pages 1 and 2.
Ooh,
So we're going to go through this book, and we have your page right over here. And Gabriel, can you please read about Dr. Ostacher?
Dr. Ostacher was responsible for working with children, assistant principal as superintendent of East Ramapo. He grew up in the Bronx, New York. He has 2 children and 4 grandchildren. His grandchildren are 5, 4, and 1. Dr. Osacher lives with his wife, who used to be a teacher. In his free time, he likes reading and spending time with his family.
Wow.
By Gabriel Pearl.
So Gabriel, after he took all those notes when you were talking, he took his note to the computer and he typed it up about it.
Wow, very nice. I'm impressed. Let me give you an update. Since I met you last, my 1-year-old grandson actually hit the exact number. Last Tuesday was his birthday, and we had a birthday celebration on Sunday with all the relatives. And my 6 and 4-year-old grandsons are coming to visit me this week's Wednesday, which is tomorrow. They don't live in this country. They live far away, so I only see them 2 or 3 times a year. So I'm excited that they're coming. You guys are about the same age as the older one, right? Right? You guys are about 6, give or take a year. Some of you are 7, some of you might be 5.
Dr. Osacher.
6, yeah.
Whose birthday is on Thursday?
I bet Thursday's birthday is Mrs. Higgins' birthday.
No, it's Jim
Mrs. Higgins is coming to work with us, but besides Mrs. Higgins coming, it is also my birthday.
Happy birthday to
Thank
you.
you. Brandon, can you just sit over there so I can open up the book so I can show Dr. Osacher the rest of the book? So you, as you can see, you're on pages 1 and 2. And let's put our hands out and we'll get to ask questions when we're all finished. On pages 3 and 4, we also got to Skype with Mr. Santana. So feel free to share this with him. And Reshma wrote about Mr. Santana. And then my good friend, Mr. Dollar, who I know from Summit Park, we got to Skype with him, and he also came to our classroom to meet us, which was very
I'll tell you a
exciting.
little secret about Mr. Knowledge. I was his teacher when he was in high school.
That was a long time ago.
That was a long time
Because
ago.
it was also Mr. Dollar's birthday this week also. And then we got to Skype with Mr. Gay. And then we also got to Skype with Dr. Berkowitz, who is a Summit Park friend who had been here for many years. And then our very, very, very dear friend, Mrs. Higgins, who is teaching us so much. Should I tell Dr. Ostacher what's on our webpage? Should I let him know? Mrs. Higgins is teaching us, and that's why she's coming on Thursday, how to upload some pictures or video that we took from our flip camera, because last week we were involved in a how-to unit and we cooked a lot of food. So 2 of them are on our webpage right now, so if you ever have an opportunity and you want to see how to make salsa and how to make ants on a log, just go on our webpage and say, ants on a
What
log.
does that mean?
Who wants to tell Dr. Ostacher what ants on a log are? Olivia.
Ants on a log is you make cream cheese and you get celery and you put raisins.
And what do you do? So you have all these ingredients.
You put the raisins and you put the cream cheese on the celery and you put the raisins on the cream cheese.
So where are the ants?
The ants are the raisins.
Oh, the ants look like raisins.
Mm-hmm.
They taste like ants.
No.
What do they taste like?
Raisins.
Oh.
We were going to make that on April Fool's Day, but in the end we did it a day earlier because we made stone soup on April Fool's Day. We had a
Okay.
lot of help, so
Okay.
we did a lot of interesting, fun cooking. So we have Mrs. Higgins, who we absolutely love, who's a big help in our class and at Summit Park. And then Mrs. Finnegar, we Skyped also. And this is about Summit Park Elementary School. Who'd like to read about Summit Park Elementary? This is about our class in Summit Park Elementary School. Let's see. Ariel. Sit back, sweetie.
About Class 1CM. We are responsible for learning how to read and write in school. We also learn math, science, and social studies. We like seeing our teacher and learning in school. Some of the places we were born include Blue City, Spring Valley, Nyack, Hubert, New York City, and India. Some of the people we live with, including moms, dads, brothers, sisters, and pets, in our free time. We like to read, play video games, go outside, watch TV, and spend time with family. My class 1CM.
That's a little bit
Very
about
nice.
us. So we learned about you, so now you learned about us. And finally we have a pretty heavy book. Mrs. Hewlett, she said, wow, you guys are taking notes and Skyping with everybody. I want to try this.